Can you guys see my nails? Just get the nails. Look how cute. You guys already know, nailed by Lily. Does such an amazing job. Hey beautiful, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, hi, my name is Alexis Jayda and welcome. Today's notification shout out goes to Red on My Head. Please leave me a comment down below of where I can reach you, your Instagram, your email, your Snapchat, your TikTok, wherever, so I can either send you a perfume or a Steve Madden purse. Let me know. So if you guys want to be part of the notification squad, all you have to do is just like the video, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. And your comment could possibly be the next notification shout out. All right, y'all, we are back. Hands on my knees. So I hope everyone's back to school is going good. I feel like it's been super duper crazy lately, and I've just been trying to, like, you know, been crying like a baby, all that emotions. There's been emotions, everything. There has just been so much lately where I'm just like, but sit back, relax. Let me know what you guys are doing. If you guys are cooking, if you guys are cleaning, if you guys are working, if you guys are working out, let me know what you guys are doing. I love to know what you guys are doing for doing that load of laundry. Me too, girl. I need to do one. I need to finish. I feel like you miss a day, it piles up, and it doesn't matter how many talks I have with my kids. This is the last load I'm doing, blah, blah, blah. Shut up, mom, because you're gonna keep doing it. And I do, just to like hurry up and get it out of the way. But I shouldn't, because my babies. I'm gonna have a 16-year-old and a 15-year-old, y'all, where I'm just like, oh my goodness. And then they're just getting older. They have their own little personalities. It's just a lot. Andres was in another 15 and it's just so emotional. Just seeing them grow. We're going to be doing basketball. We're going to be doing volleyball. We're going to be doing soccer. And y'all, we're gonna be going on vacation soon. Well, is it a vacation? We're gonna be going camping. Is camping the same as vacation? I think it's the same, right? I don't know. Send us good luck on that. It's gonna be a new journey. I am trying so hard just to embrace everything and just trying to like just all of that, because give me something to worry about and I'll do it. But I'm trying so hard not to do that, because life is passing you by regardless if you worried about it or not. You know what I'm saying? I need to do that. And I know a lot of you guys are like, Jade, get medicated already. I don't want to right now. I don't want to. I tried it. It's not for me. It's not my cup of tea. So I'm just gonna be rolling through the punches and complaining to y'all here and there. Okay, y'all, sit back, relax, and let's get into the story time. Boom. Chicka picky 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 bing. Bing chicka bing chicka picky picky bing. If you guys notice my nails, they are from Nailed by Lily. Let me show you guys what she sent me for my birthday. Sha. Y'all, go show her some love for me. She spoiled me. Look. I have so many sets to choose from. Absolutely beautiful, amazing, gorgeous. I'm wearing a set right now. Beautiful. I'm going to put the rest that she has given me and just put them right here too. I think this is an absolutely beautiful idea. Thank you so much, Lily. You are freaking amazing. I love you so much. Thank you for this amazing gift. I will truly cherish it. It's beautiful. Your work is amazing. I tell you all the time, you're super talented, and I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. You seriously are amazing. All right, loves, let's get into today's story time. It's gonna be crazy, and please watch with caution, because I will be talking about a lot of things, and I don't know how far we are gonna get into the story time with a certain situation, but watch with caution. Please watch. I do want to address something. I didn't want to address it, but I feel like I have to address it. I recently deleted a FAMBAM's comment, and the reason being, she was really upset about it, was because she was going back and forth with a teenager about keeping a baby and going through with a certain procedure. And she was telling her about how God was going to judge her and how it's against, you know, this and that and that. I respect everyone's comments. Everyone can have an opinion, but I've always said to be respectful about your opinion. Why does that sound wrong? Opinion. We can all have different opinions. That's what I love about our community, but we can keep it respectful. We can keep it cute. I feel like there is a line that when you believe in something, great, love that for you, but that does not mean that you have to belittle someone, speak ill to someone and make them feel a certain type of way about their decision and what they believe in. I love everybody. I respect everybody. But I will not tolerate any type of hate, any type of nastiness being spoken to another FAMBAM. Okay, so let's keep it cute and let's keep it respectful. Don't even keep it cute, just keep it respectful. If you don't want to be respectful, that's cool, but the comment will be deleted if it's not. Now this FAMBAM was pissed off, wrote me a really nasty novel and was telling me that she did not appreciate me deleting her comment and that she wants to be able to have her opinion. You can have your opinion, babe. It just has to be respectful, and I do not appreciate you going after FAMBAM in that manner, especially when she showed you as a teenager. You should have backed the hell off, but you didn't. You kept going, calling her out of her name, all kinds of things. And I don't think Jesus or God would have appreciated that. I feel like it was right for me to say something about the comment, Ada, and yeah, let's keep it going. All right, love, so sit back, relax, and let's get into it. I hate when I get super scared because I feel like you guys say it's like a response for my body protecting itself, but I feel like I can't move at times when things like this happen, and I get so pissed off at myself because I wish I could, you know, like those scenarios that you have in your head when you're taking a shower. I wish that would come to life at times. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. It just wants to click off, click on whenever it wants to. So my head goes boom, and I just let my head rest there because I'm just like, and I just feel this like troll behind me. And so the only thing I can think about is like, you good? You good? Like that's all I can think of my forehead. You good? You good? Like piss is okay, because I'm like, you hit me from the back. Pause. No lubrication, no lotion, no nada. Just kidding. But I'm just like, okay, so I just hear Sam and she's like, yeah, how you like that? I was like, all right, you good? Because you know what? I did hit her. But you know, if you want to be like for real, like we're keeping score, she hit me first from way back in the day and I had to like get her back. So like, if anything, when I hit her, we would have been even, right? But like, no one ever wants to talk about that. No one ever wants to talk about that. They always want to be like, oh, you know, but you're going to do it bad, all that, right? So I lift my head off and I'm going to open the door. Boom, again. So I'm like, okay. I was like, yo, that's 2 times forehead like this. That's 2 times. Let it be a 3rd. And we're gonna have a problem. I lift my head. I'm trying to keep my neck strong, y'all. Like strong. I'm just like, And I feel her like trying to creep up on my neck. So I just go like this, like ugly. So now we're like face to face. And she's like holding her arm because I want like that. All kinds of, you know what I mean? Like if you don't know how to fight, fight with your elbows. That's the best thing I could tell you. Fight with your elbows. If you don't know how to fight, fight with your elbows. If you need to defend yourself, don't just be go out there for no reason, you know? I do that and all of a sudden now Mr. Peach went, hey. I was like, oh, now you want to say something? Because I'm mad. Because now my forehead probably red as hell and I have to go outside and Spice is not outside. I'm pissed. Today is a very important day. How dare y'all? Like now you guys want to have, like, okay. So I'm pissed. I'm fuming. I'm mad. Because the audacity, like, why are you doing this? He tells me not to talk to him like that, to relax, to have some respect. And I'm like, no. Like, I'm getting mad. I didn't notice that Baltimore is right there on the steps. And I just, like, look at her because it just reminded me, like, oh, this is a setup. This is a setup. And I'm just trying to play things out in my head. Like, so when I was like, where the she just teleported here? Like, I'm just, like, in my mind trying to think, and I can't do 2 things at once, so I don't know what he's saying to me. And so I'm over here really trying to think like, okay, so like okay, like in my head having my own argument, right? And he's like, did you hear me, Miss Cochetas? And I'm just like, what? Like mad. Baltimore's like, don't look at him like that. And I look at her and I'm like, no me dices nada. Like I'm telling her, don't tell me nothing. Tú no me hablas, por favor. Like no me dices nada. No, don't talk to me. I was so mad. And so she gets up and I'm like, ¿Qué vas a hacer? ¿Qué vas a hacer? Like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? And she's like, hey. I'm like, ¿Qué? Like, I was so mad. Sam starts to laugh and she's like, look at your forehead. And you know what? It made me mad because I was already thinking about that. I was like, Sam, shut the fuck up. You're a bitch. Mr. Peach wants to get mad. Alexis. I was so mad. Like, I was fuming. So we're arguing, we're going back and forth. He's telling me to shut up, and I'm like, you don't tell me to shut up, you shut up. So I'm pissed off, and I'm like, you know, this is not okay. Well, when she wants to hit me and when she wants to do something, it's not a problem. He's like, oh, not to be living in the past and not to be bringing up old shit. I was like, of course it's old shit because it has to do with me. Has to do with me. So we're all fighting. We're all arguing. And I see that Voldemort keeps like getting closer and closer. And I'm like telling her like, don't touch me. She's like, what? But I already feel like it. I already feel like she's going to try to be funny. I already feel it in my bones. Like, have you ever felt like your feet were cement? Like you get that tingling sensation running down your body all the way down your shins. And then it reaches your toes and it goes like numb. And then it's just like solid cement. You can't move. That's how I felt. Okay, I was so mad. And I was like, you know what? Tommy's outside, Spice is outside. If anything, hopefully they'll see the house shaking because this is it. Like, I'm done. Like, I am so irritated. So I look at Sam and I'm like, are you good? Are you good? And she's like, I'm like, okay. We'll see who's laughing last, bitch. We'll see. And then Mr. Peach is like, what does that mean? What does that mean? Don't be threatening my daughter. Blah, blah. I was like, oh, okay, you know what? I don't want to be here no more. He's telling me not to be dramatic. Now he's like backpedaling with his good eye, telling me like to relax, and that it didn't have to go here. And I was like, no, you told me that nothing was going to happen. And he's like, nothing did. Voldemort didn't touch you. It was Sam. I'm like, no. I hate that I have to be a lawyer and have to specify in detail in fine print. It can't be this. It can't be that. We're too old for this. And he's like, oh, shut up. Because in reality, I'm a teenager. It's like, what she's talking about, love? I don't know. So I'm mad. I'm fuming. I'm heated because I'm just like, I'm so tired of playing these games. I'm so tired. And you don't know how bad I just wanted to just boom, punch her in her face. But I knew if I hit her in her face, I was going to get Mr. Peach and I was going to get Voldemort. And I was just like, I don't even know because she might kick the baby out. So I'm kind of scared. So we're like still fighting. We're still arguing. And we hear a knock at the door, and I'm like, ooh, thank you Jesus, thank you Jesus. I open the door and Sam's like kind of looking away from us, so I have to like open it crazy, and it goes thunk in the back of her head, and Mr. Peach is like, Alexis, like mad, and I'm like, I don't give a bitch, I don't care. So I open it and it's Spice, and she like just like, you know, welcomes herself in. She's like, what, we good here? And I'm like looking around at them, and Sam is just going like this, and he's like, hi, to go get like some ice on it, like, oh, Alexis, that's so serious. She hit someone in the back of the head, blah, 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 blah. Voldemort gets up and she walks to the door. She thinks that she's gonna size up Spice, and Spice don't even care. Like, Spice is just like, what? And so Spice look at her like, what? We good, ma? Like, talking to her, and she's like, I'm not your mother, Voldemort said. And Spice laughs, like funny laughs, and like just looks at her and does the most funniest shit ever. She goes like this. Okay, say cheese. All right, cool. You good? And I'm like, yeah. And we walk out. I don't know what Voldemort was thinking. I don't know if she was like, what? But the look on her face was just like confused. She was confused. She was like taken back. Mr. Peach didn't even say nothing. It was just like the whole room went silent. Silence. No one was saying anything. That was the coolest shit ever. Did I use it later on in life? You best believe I did. I said, say cheese. Yes, I did. Because I was like, the silence that she had was amazing. It was beautiful. I loved it. I was like, it was like, you know, when Ursula comes and takes Ariel's freaking voice as C. It was like that. I was like, oh, okay. So we walk out and we're just kind of walking in silence because I'm just like, that was some gangsta shit. Like, and like the sound, everything, like the sound was on. Like, that was beautiful. Like, Spice even opens the door for me, lets me in, closes it. We look up and they're looking through the blinds. And I was like, oh, I love that. We take off. Spice turns around and she's like, what the fuck was going on? I was like, oh my God. So I'm telling her everything. Tommy's getting mad, yelling at Spice, like, you see, you should have been at the fucking door. And like, we're arguing. She's telling Spice, like, why don't you do anything? Spice like, what do you want me to do? I'm gonna break an entry? Like, what do you want me to do? So like, they're arguing, they're fighting, and I'm just still trying to process everything because I'm just like, I really like am pissed off the way that they wanted to do things. And then I'm like, I hit Sam in the back of the head with the door, it's gonna be an issue. Now, since I know that, like, oh, she's gonna get like her like lick back and she's gonna like, you know, try to get like tallied up and be even, I'm just like, oh, okay, now I gotta be like on alert. So I'm feeling all these emotions, and I am honestly just kind of like, I don't know how to move, and I'm kind of just stuck on pause, because Spice taking the picture was beautiful, but I didn't know how to like move about that. Like, I was just like, where do we go from here? What do we do from here? Like, what is it that we do? Like, I was just like, honestly, stuck. Like, I didn't know how or what. Like, I was just like, huh? Like, it was a lot. Damn, y'all. I haven't even done my makeup. I was like so into the story time. So me like, oh, who's gonna go with you? Who all do you want there? I'm like, okay, we need to get Skillet and we need to get Mel. Call Skillet, call Mel. Them two are gonna go together and they're gonna meet me there. They're gonna ride the bus. And I was like, okay, cool. They don't want no pressure on me. They don't want me to be running around having to find everybody. Cool. Love that. Thank you. Appreciate that. Crazy how teenagers got it and grown people didn't. But cool, whatever. I'm nervous. I've always been nervous to go to appointments. I just feel like, like just like anxious. I don't know how some people get with needles. I get like that with doctors. The whole ride there, I'm not even like listening to anything going on in the conversation. They're talking about some stuff. I'm not going to be part of it. And I'm just like zoned out, just scared, because I'm like, what if this? What if that? This, that. I got no messages from Mr. Peach, no messages from Sam or Baltimore. So I'm like, okay, damn. Maybe the picture was enough to like scare the goofy asses, you know? So I'm just like trying my hardest just to not overthink too much, but at the same time be in the moment, because I want to be in this moment, because like, what if this is the beginning of something new, you know? So we get to the spot. I am just like, this place looks scary. Like, it looks scary. I don't know if I even trust it. Like, I am so freaking nervous. And then the next thought is, what if someone recognizes me? What if they know that's why you're here? Oh, I know what you did. That's why you're here. Blah, 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 blah. Like, I'm so freaking nervous. I'm having so emotions going through my head. As soon as we get out of the car, I see Skillet and I see Mel. They are like, oh my God, are you excited? And I'm like, no, bitch. Like, I need to like go to the restroom. Like, I'm so nervous. Skillet is laughing and she's like, it's going to be fine. Don't worry about it. Like, it's going to be fine. Mel is like rubbing my stomach and I have to like tell her to chill. Like, it just, like, she's rubbing out masa at this point. And I'm just like, girl, stop. Like, I'm just so scared. They're all happy and giddy about the situation and I am terrified. Like, I'm excited too, but I am terrified. Like, this is something real. This is going to change my life. Like, it is so scary. And you guys don't know how bad I wanted the ex to like be on board and be here, instead of him being like, let me know if you're gonna take care of it. Da, 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 da. Like, I don't need that type of energy. I don't need that anything. I even told him, like, if it's because you think I'm gonna be asking things of you, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Like, trust me, I'll figure it out. Oh yeah, how are you gonna figure it out? I'm just gonna figure it out. Like, I'm going to figure it out. Don't worry. Don't think I need anything from you, because I don't. Maybe a place to sleep, just kidding. But like, no, like, if that's how you're going to be and that's how you're going to say things, I don't need you around. Like, it's cool. We go in, I get signed in, all of that. I'm nervous. And I just keep feeling like I'm on top of the roller coaster like this, and I'm just teetering back and forth, and it's like, oh, we're gonna go, nope, we're gonna go, nope, we're gonna go. Like, I'm just so freaking nervous and I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to get that feeling down to a T of explanation of how it feels. Just know it feels ugly. Ugly. So they call me up, got my whole little posse, and they're like, only one person can go back there with her. Immediately, I'm like, Tommy, okay? Like, Tommy. Sorry, Tommy. Mel and Skillet are like, ugh, like mad. And I'm just like, audacity. Like, you guys are supposed to be here for me, not about your feelings, okay? It's not about y'all, it's about me. Like, what the hell? So, me and Tommy go back. And just like the walk, all of it is scary. I try to grab Tommy's hand. She looks at me and she's like, and I'm like, all right. You know, hug myself, that kind of thing. And I'm just like nervous. Like, oh, this is so scary. I don't know what they're gonna do. Like, can they keep me hostage there? Or they're like, you're a teenager and you're pregnant, you're not going home, you're never gonna see life again. Like, these are the things that I think of, okay? And you're probably like, what the? That's how I think. I don't know how to explain it. I am terrified. And it's like, oh, well, you shouldn't have been doing. Yeah, I know. I don't know how to explain it. Go to the back. The lady's like dressed down. All of this. Okay. Again, I'm gonna keep saying how nervous I am, so you understand how nervous I was. sit on the thing. A lady comes in, she feels my stomach, asks me questions. She's like, you're supposed to be worried about homework. You're supposed to... Yeah. And you know what? Even when I was, you know, pregnant with my babies, I never talked back to the doctors really. I think I only did like a few times when it was like, all right, like you're pushing it. Like, I don't feel comfortable now, you know? But I really wish I would have spoke up for myself, little Lex, because even though I was young and even though I was pregnant, they had no right to like make me feel so shitty about myself, you know? Or put their opinion in of, hopefully a family member can raise the baby. Hopefully you can give the baby up for adoption for someone who really is prepared. Those comments I didn't need them. I didn't need them. And it was just very heartbreaking, honestly. And I wish I could go back in time and speak up for myself, because most of the time the adults around me were kind of just embarrassed too. And were just like, you know, my mom, she would not let them. She'd be like, what, excuse me? Go get someone else, you know, that type. But sometimes there was only so much she could say where it's like, okay, and then what, you know? But anyways, so she's saying I should be playing with toys. She has a daughter my age. She couldn't imagine her coming in. And I'm just like, I don't know what to say. Like, I already feel like about the situation. Like, I feel like, yeah, like, I know, good thing it's me then, huh? And not her. Like, I don't know what to say, you know? And Tommy's just sitting there quiet. I don't expect her to come to my rescue, but I'm just like, hey, say something. Say something. Be like, yeah, she knows. She knows, but can we just, you know, we came here for an exam, not for a lecture. Algo. You know what I'm saying? Something to help little Lex out, because I get it, you know, to a certain extent, but it was just so hard. So anyway, she's feeling around. She's like, yes, you're expecting. And I'm like, oh, yeah. So we're going through dates, going through everything. She's like, have you been feeling this? Have you been feeling that? I told her I have been like spotting a little bit. And she goes, okay. Okay. Well, go into the whole thing. I don't really want to talk about y'all. But I didn't know this is like the ultrasound and they check you that way. I always thought when I was younger, just over your panza like this. A certain amount of weeks that you have to be for you to be able to do this. This goes up the hoo-ha and they check you like that. She did not warn me at all. I tensed up so ugly. I screamed. It hurt so much. And this doctor was like, oh, come on now. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. We know you're not shy. I was so pissed off. I look over at Tommy and I'm like crying. And Tommy's just like, just head down. Shame. Shame, shame, shame. And I'm just like, okay. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, what do you say? Like, what do you say? So she's checking and she's like, okay, doesn't really tell me much. It comes out and there's like a lot of sangre, blood. She's like, that's completely normal. And then she asks us if I want Tommy to be in the room for these questions. And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Pretty much gives me the talk of I might be high risk. She doesn't know yet. She's not my doctor. She was very so like cold and short. And I was just like in shock because I thought this was going to be completely different. But where I'm young, I feel like they did treat it as like a whatever. Like, if you lose it, you lose it. If you keep it, if you keep it. Like, it was more like they didn't give. She was just pretty much telling me, like, it's 50-50. But you are. What is it that you want to do? And I'm just like, I don't know. You don't know what you want to do? And I'm like, I know I want to keep it. So you do know what you want to do. Like, so rude. And I'm just like, still in shock because of like, that was so painful. Like, I didn't know that it was so painful. And she was like telling me that like, I could take this, I could take that, you know, make sure that you aren't doing this. And I'm pretty sure the dad's not involved, right? Like, assuming, but she was right, you know? But I was just like, she gave me some pamphlets and was like, okay, well, we can set up an appointment if you want me to be a doctor. And I was like, I don't. Okay, then you can go to the front office and they can help you out there. so asked her, so like, okay, like she got so bothered. She leaves and I'm just sitting there. I'm like, Tommy, can you pass me like a napkin? Because I can feel like I still have like liquid and stuff, and I'm just like, shame. Like it was just felt like shame. Like it was a scary moment. And it's like, I understood it because I am a teenager who is pregnant. That's gross. What are you doing? Why are you out there having sex, you know? But I feel like the way she manhandled me was disgusting. And I felt like I just wanted someone to speak up and be like, hey, that's not okay. Like, do it, like, you know, do it right, whatever. And I feel like Tommy, like, what the heck? Like, what's going on? But Tommy was just like, yeah, like, it hurts. Like, it's a normal thing. Like, you're not going to be babied in a situation. Like, you want to be doing grown stuff, then, like, put you, you know. And it was like, yeah, like I got it. I was just like, the way that she, like, spoke to me was just like, damn, dude. What if that's, like, my last straw? Like, I'm so, like, I'm such in, like, in a fragile state, like, you know, and I just felt dumb. Like, I just felt so dumb. Like, any questions I had, she was so short with me. She was so rude. And, like, I felt like I was answering their questions wrong, and like, I didn't know nothing about, like, tracking periods, tracking this, you know, this, does this hurt? Does this feel sensitive? You know, this and that. And you just feel, like, stupid. And it's just like, oh, I didn't know, like, that, you know, like, oh, okay, but you want to be out with boys. Okay, yeah, that's fun. And, like, they want to be comedians and shit. And it's like, you're a fucking doctor, bitch. You're not a comedian. Like, why are you? And there's, like, some are so cold. Not all. I've had my fair share of doctors, but just so cold where it's like you want to be like, I want my mom, you know, but it's like, you're going to become a mom. You, like, your mommy's not going to be here, you know, and it's just like a weird feeling. And I don't know, like, I was telling Tommy, like, I felt kind of like violated, and she starts laughing, and I'm like, nah, dude, like, she was rough. And she's like, yeah, it was because you're young, and like, things are different down there, but when you're grown, they're like, that's not true. When I had my other babies, I didn't feel like that. Like, I felt like she was, like, being rough with me on purpose. And it wasn't okay. It wasn't nice. So Tommy tells me she's gonna leave, she's gonna let me change, and I'm just like, wow, shook. I text the ex, kind of tell him what happened, and he's like still stuck on, like, so just to take care of it. I don't even know why I reached out. I was honestly just hoping that he could, like, comfort me, like, oh babe, like, I'm so sorry that happened, that's not okay, something, you know. I wanted him to have a different response than what he would give. I clean up, we go to the front, and we get sat down because they need to run some, like, blood work and stuff. I get poked. The girls are asking me, like, oh, so, like, how did it go? Did you get to see anything? She didn't even give me the ultrasound. Like, I don't know if, like, they could print it out, or they couldn't. Like, when I asked her, like, oh, can I? Nope, you can't. This isn't a show and tell right now. Like, she was so cold, so rude. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, I was just like, stop asking questions, like stop. Like, I think, like, I only saw, like, a little bit of the screen because she didn't turn it all the way. And then when she was, like, trying to focus and, like, doing, like, the stuff that they have to do, I was just like, okay, like, all right. Get the blood work. The girls asked me, like, are you okay? And they seen that I was crying. Why are you crying, love? I kind of explained the situation. Mel is like, no, like, she didn't have to do all that. She didn't have to be all rough like that. Like, like, from what I heard, no. Tommy's like, it's because she's young. It's because she's smaller. That's why. Skillet is like, no, it's not because of that. Like, she was being a bitch. Like, no, she was being a bitch. When Skillet had an experience, she was like, no, bro. Like, no, it was, no. She was being mean to you. So Tommy asked, like, what is it that you want to do? And I'm like, can we go to Walmart? Like, I need to get my prenatals and stuff. She's like, yep, I'll take you. And the girls are like, can we go? She's like, yep. Spice was off, like, out doing a phone call. So Skillet and Spice were, like, just keeping it cute because of, like, my situation. But, like, Spice was, like, off. Like, she was doing her own thing. She was on the phone. Like, she was like, you good? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, you'll be alright. Like, you'll be sore. Make sure you put like a water bottle, fill it up warm, put it between your legs, knock out, take some Tylenol. You'll be good. Da, 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 da. So we go to Walmart. I get some prenatals and I get some Tylenol. I'm just like, okay, like trying to put that in the back of my head of like how that felt, all of that. Like, it was just so, I don't know what I expected. Like, not that. Like, I knew it was going to hurt, but like I didn't expect that kind of like I felt soreness in my stomach, y'all. Like, it literally felt, she was like, you know what I mean? Like, in my panza. Mel asks me if I want to go back to her place and like chill a little bit, and I'm like, yeah, like let's just do that. Peach hasn't even messaged me, so I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I'm pretty sure they're not gonna even like bug or nothing. They're probably freaking out. Like, what are they doing with the photo? What are they gonna who are they gonna send it to? Yada yada yada. Like, they're probably freaking out. Tommy pulls me aside before she drops me off, and she's telling me that it's never too late to, like, you know, if I need assistance somewhere, whatever, that she'll take me. And I'm like, no, because she's like, because if that just hurt you, the thing, can you imagine, baby? And I'm like, yeah, but that's different. That was something being forced inside me, like playing all in there. Like, it's gonna be different when I give life. So like, me and her are having a little argument about it, and she's like, I just don't feel like you're ready, Lex. And I'm like, I'm never going to be ready, but I'm not going to do that, especially just to like shut y'all up. She kind of snaps at me because she was telling me like that's like really disrespectful to say, and that I'm always saying like out of pocket stuff like that. And I'm like, so are y'all. Like, so are y'all. The only difference is that you guys got more age on me, like, but that's it. Like, y'all be saying the same thing, and you guys always be saying out of pocket stuff too. Like, how come it's different when I say it? She drops me, Skillet, and Melt off Melt's spot. Vice calls me to the door. She tells me that she's gonna handle Sam. She's gonna get Sam, not to worry about it, especially if I'm gonna be keeping that. I'm not gonna be able to be doing stuff like that. Like, to keep it clean, to keep it cute. That if I need a place to stay, that she has a friend that I could pay rent to. And I'm like, how? Like, I don't even have like a job right now. Like, how am I gonna do? She's like, I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'm like, okay, cool. They leave. So me, Skillet, and Melt, we're just chilling in the house. And they're kind of just like, they don't know what to do. It feels like they're trying to like, you know, put on like to be happy and stuff. And like, you know, they're both getting along, even though I know they can't stand each other. Because anytime Melt says something, Skillet's just like, like trying so hard. So they're trying their hardest to like distract me, keep me focused, all of that. The ex is messaging me, asking me if he can see me, tell him that, yeah, that like he can see me, because I'm hoping that now, since he knows like, okay, there is a baby, cool, the baby's not going nowhere, I'm not going anywhere. Like, okay. I tell Mel, and she's like, okay, yeah, but you're gonna come back. I'm like, yeah. So he comes up, he picks me up, we go to the park. We hang out. He has a blanket, he lays it down, we're like talking. I'm trying so hard to like grab his hand and put it over my panza, because I'm just hoping that like, hopefully he touches my stomach. And he's just like, dang, my baby's in there. This man did not want to touch my stomach. He's like, did not want to touch my stomach. And I'm like telling him like, I'm not going to do what you want me to do. Like, I'm just not. He's telling me that like I'm selfish. Why did I have to like ruin it? Because we were having like a good time, and then I was bringing up the pregnancy. He gets a phone call, and immediately he gets up and starts walking around the track. I'm trying to follow him, and he's like literally like speed walking fast, talking in Spanish. He's trying to use code, is telling this person that like, yeah, he'll be there in a little bit. He just has to do something with his mom real quick. So I hear that, and I'm like, who are you talking to, babe? Because you got me f***ed up. Because I already know who it is. It's Maria. It makes me so mad. So mad, y'all. So mad that I chased and I chased and I chased. It makes me so mad that I wasted so much pure love on this person. And it seriously pisses me off. For those who understand what I mean about that pure love, when you give to your person and then they mess it up, it's so hard to get back that type of pureness of like that pure love you give them. Even if you work things out, you once had them up here and they just knock themselves down here. Doesn't matter if you decide to stay together or anything, you can't put them back up there. because you already know that they played in your face, and you're like, I just can't. Like, it's just done. Like, it's just like that feeling is just like, it's literally burned off. And it doesn't matter how much they try, how much you yourself want to put them back up there, that is like, it's just burned. Like, it's just done. There's no rebuilding it back. Like, you just start to love them in a different way. You learn to love them this way instead of that pure love you had for them. And it just sucks. It honestly just sucks, because you even start to feel like like, ooh, like you're not used to loving like that or whatever, you know, like you want to love like how you, but you just can't. It's like you just see it tainted, and you're like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Like, I don't understand. Like, why would you do that? So I'm still behind him, like fast, trying to grab his hand. He's like moving me, and I'm like, I already know, like he's talking to her. Like, he's talking to her. He had the nerve to pick you up after what went on, answer the phone. I don't know how to explain it. It just like makes me hurt for like my young self, because I wish I could have just been like, dude, you. And like stand on that and like fully meant that. Like, he hurt little Lex so much where I'm just like, damn, I wish I would have numbed the pain. Because like stuff like that, when someone does some like grimy stuff like that too, like it literally changes your brain chemistry. It changes how you function as a human, how you love, how you... Like... And this goes for like anybody, even like in relationships that you're in with now and stuff like that. Like, easier said than done, I know. Like, damn. So eventually I just stopped chasing and I just go sit on a bench. This dude stayed on the phone for 2 hours. Yeah. 2 hours. I was trying to find a ride during that time, but I felt too embarrassed to like explain to them fully like what had happened, so I just waited. He's walking towards me, he's cheesing hard, still on the phone, he's like cheesing, where I'm like, damn, that's crazy. He walks up, okay, bye, looks at me, what? And I'm like, what do you mean what? Like, I'm literally sitting here waiting for you. It's been 2 hours, okay? My tía wanted to talk to me. ¿Cómo que tu pinche tía, güey? What are you talking about? And I'm like, take me home. He's like, no, not until you talk to me nice. I'm like, can you take me home, please? Good girl. And like, he thinks it's funny. And I'm like, it's not funny. So I'm like mad, but I feel like I have to act right, because then I won't get a ride. He's telling me that it was his tia. He hadn't talked to her in a while. Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh. Like, this is like, I can't even talk to my own family. And I'm like, no, like, it's fine. Yeah, you're right. Like, I'm wrong. No, don't just tell me what you think I want to hear. I was like, no, like, you're right. Like, I'm wrong. Like, I'm wrong. I'm so stupid for wanting to interrupt that 2-hour conversation with your tia. Yeah, I'm so sorry. He just keeps looking at me, and you could just tell he's just like annoyed with me. I feel so dumb. I feel so hurt, because I'm like, damn, like, I just want him to just want me. I just want that. Never, never, never beg someone to want you. Please. There's gonna be someone out there that you don't even have to beg. You just have to look, and they just know what you're thinking, what you want. They will love you. They will worship the ground that you walk on. Like, they will just be like overly obsessed with you, but in the good way. So I'm in the car and I'm just quiet. He's like trying to put his hand on my thigh. I'm moving it. He's getting a little annoyed with me. That why am I acting like that? And I'm like, in my head, I'm just like, because you left me for 2 hours. Like, I'm just wanting to scream that, but like, I know that like I can't, because if I do, I won't be able to go home. And then I'm like psyching myself out, because I'm like, what if it was his tia, and that's why he was getting annoyed, and that's why he said mom? Like, what if? Like, what if? No. So as we're getting closer to melts, I'm just like trying so hard to like keep it together, like so that we get right there and I can be like, bitch, you know, because I'm like, what if he's just like, and like beats my ass before I get out. So he's like, so are you gonna tell me like what your problem is? I can't talk to my tia. I can't talk to my tia. And I'm like, no, you can talk to whoever you want. Like, that's fine. Oh, you see, you're so immature and you want to have a baby. Like, he keeps bringing up the baby. And I'm just like, dude, you're not going to have anything to do with the baby. Like, you're a piece of shit. You just don't want to feel like a piece of shit because, like, the baby's going to be here. And you think, like, you have to be involved. You don't got to be involved. I don't know how, but I got this. Trust and believe. God got me. So it went from me being angry to me trying to understand what I could do better. I don't know why my heart was so bipolar like that, but it did. And I think it was because I was super young. And I hated how a lot of the times I would have to write down all the nasty things that he would do. And I would have to tell myself, stay mad, stay mad, stay mad. Remember this feeling, remember this feeling. If I could have bottled that up and drank that every single time I seen him and stayed that angry, I would do it. Just so that I could just like leave. I didn't understand how strong I could be if I just allowed myself to like grieve that relationship and like truly believed that like it would be okay. Just because he was like my first does not matter. It's okay to leave. But in my mind, I was like, no, like I have to. You do not have to at all. You do not. So as we're driving closer, when I'm saying I'm sorry, I now mean it, because I'm just going back in my head so much of like, oh, it's because I'm going to keep the baby and he probably feels like he's trapped and that's why he's like doing this. No, stop. You can do better. You just have to show that you can do better. And then you saying like, oh, I can do this with or without you, it's probably like hurting his ego. And men have feelings too. Yes, they do. But what he was doing was manipulation. So I'm just like going back and forth, back and forth. I'm sorry. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because of the hormones, but I am sorry. And he just looks so proud. Like, yeah, she's a dumb bitch. Like, you can tell he's like thinking that. We make out for a while and it's just such a passionate make out session where I'm like, yeah, like he has to love me. Like if he didn't love me, like he wouldn't be kissing me like this. He wouldn't be all into it like this. Like he loves me. Like he really, really does. And I'm like trying to convince myself, and I'm trying and it's working. I'm like literally putting false hope in my own heart. We're kissing, and as we're about to stop, he puts his hand on my stomach and just smiles. And that, I was like, oh, you see. And he kind of just like rubs my cheek as like I smile, and he's just like, you're so beautiful, babe. Like, you're so beautiful. And I'm just all of it in. You're so pretty, got this glow about you, your hair, every single word. So close to Melt's house, and he's like, do you even want to go back already, or you want to get something to eat? And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, like I am kind of hungry. He's like, okay, cool, text her, tell her I'm gonna go get you something real quick and then I'll bring you right back. I'm like, oh, okay. I don't know why I'm so emotional this time. At times I feel like I'm not healed, but I feel like I'm okay, you know. But it just really makes me sad for my younger self, because how desperate I was for that acceptance. Like, oh, I just wish I can go back and just like love myself enough where I didn't tolerate that. Okay, stop, because we gotta put lashes on, girl. And I'm not crying because of him. I'm crying because of my younger self. My baby. Now he's being a little bit more nicer. He's asking me about the appointment. He's telling me like, next time speak up for yourself, babe. He's saying all the right things. We're eating and I'm munching. I'm eating like I've never ate before. Like I'm hungry. As I'm munching, he gets a phone call. He goes to the back, comes out and tells me like, okay, you ready? And I'm like, what? Why do you have an attitude? And I'm like, I don't. Like, I'm trying so hard to fix it. Trying so hard to like tell myself like, don't ruin it. don't ruin it, don't ruin it, don't ruin it. So I grab this stuff, finish up, and go to the car. He's like super on edge. Now he's a little bit more short. He keeps trying to like speed and get to melts quicker, and I keep telling him like, oh, are you in a hurry? Obviously. And I'm just like, okay, trying so hard not to ruin the moment. We get closer to melts and he's just telling me like, oh my god, this is so stupid. You see, I can't be driving over here all the time. Like, you need to think about these things. Like, now he's just starting to like just bully about the situation. I'm just like, oh, okay, well, like next time we won't go anywhere. We can just stay here. Like, no, you don't understand. Like, now he's just fighting about nonsense. And he's like, and you never told me who took those pictures of you. And like right away I'm like, oh my god, he's just trying to start a fight to justify what he's about to do. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, you know what the I'm talking about? Those selfies that you took for me. You know what I'm talking about. Who took them for you? I just know you're up to no good. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, I already told you how I did it. I already explained it to you. And he's like, look at me. And I look at him and he's like, do I look stupid? And I'm like, no. He's like, then stop lying to me. I'm like, I'm not. Like, I'm really not. Like, I was trying so hard not to ruin this date, this interaction we were having. And I'm like, no, like, I swear, like, I'm not lying to you. He's like, no, I swear you think I'm stupid and tell me who took those pictures for you. I'm not talking to you. And I'm like, I'm telling you, like, I did. No, I don't believe you. And I'm like, I did. Like, I took the pictures. Like, I did. Like, I'm telling you. And I'm like starting to cry. And he's like, no, don't think that you crying is going to make me believe you. Like, I know that trick. And I'm like, what? Like, I was just crying out of frustration where I was like, boy, like, what? Like, what are you saying? Like, no, like, I swear. So we're just arguing back and forth. And he's like, I'm so tired of your mind games. And I'm just like, I'm not doing anything. Like, it's you. As bad as I did not want to say it, it came out. I was like, it's because you're up to no good and you know you're doing something, so you're trying to blame me. Quiet. He braked hard. What the did you say to me? Yeah, like, you think I'm stupid? You see, so you're a fucking liar over here apologizing and saying this and saying that. So, well, you're just saying whatever you wanted just so that I would shut the up. And I'm like, what? No. So he keeps continuing to flip it and flip it and flip it and reverse it and flip it. I couldn't win. I could not win. And it's not even about winning an argument. It's about being understood. He didn't. He was just like, you're grimy. Even though it was him. It was a toxic, never-ending thing. Like, it just never ending. And we're already so close to melt. I just hop out and we're at a light. He's yelling at me to get back in the car, and that why I'm acting so stupid. But I just didn't want to deal with it no more. I was like, oh my god, like, he is playing way too many mind games where, like, I'm literally just like, I was just like, wow, like, that was just too much. No, like, I can't. Like, it's just, I was seriously like mind blown by the way he was behaving. Even though it's nothing new, but I was just like, no, like, I'm not doing this. I'm not gonna keep doing this and having to feel like, it literally felt like I was going crazy. I was like, no, there's no way in hell of it that we're gonna keep doing this back and forth. So he keeps yelling at me to get in the car, and I'm like, nope. People behind him start to honk, and so then he just speeds off. I get to Mel's house and she asks me, are you okay? And when she asks me, are you okay? Boom, floods. It was like the magic word to like make me cry. So I start bawling, and like, I tell her everything that happened. She's like, girl, you already know he plays too many mind games. Like, you're gonna do this by yourself, and that's okay because you're gonna have us. And I'm just crying. Like, I don't know why I was crying so hard. Well, I know why, but like, I just felt like I don't know, I couldn't stop. Like, I honestly thought I wasn't gonna be able to stop crying. Am I just gonna keep crying for hours, for days? Like, is it ever going to stop? Like, am I just gonna be crying this whole time? Like, I was literally sobbing so much that I really did think that I was gonna be crying forever. I couldn't control myself. Like, it was like so much. She was holding me. She was just like, it's going to be okay. And I just couldn't. I hated that I didn't have control on making him loyal. Like, I hated how I didn't have that control of, nope, you're not gonna do that to me. Nope, you're gonna, you know, do right by me. I hated that I did not have that control of his actions. Like, I hated that I couldn't make him not do that. Like, I wanted to so bad. I prayed on it, and I prayed and I prayed, and I was like, answer me, please, 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 please. And sometimes your cries aren't answered for good reason. For good reason. Even though at the time you might not understand it, there's good reason for it. So I cried so much, I ended up knocking out on the couch with the Mel and just sleeping. Like, sleeping until the next day. I woke up and I literally was like, oh my god, I never went home. Like, oh my god, they're gonna be so pissed. Oh my god, this. No missed calls, which I was surprised. I didn't have no missed calls, nothing at all. I was just still like, what? Like, what's going on? Like, oh my god, what's going on? I had a message from the ex, and he just wrote me, why do you make me so angry? And I just ignored him. I'm like, he probably wrote that after he left Maria and was like, okay, now I'm gonna write her back. And you know what's funny? That has happened before, where someone has messaged me after they got done doing their stupid stuff. Oh, that feels really good. Someone commented, what was the M word in Spanish? And I wasn't talking about the word black. They were calling me the hard R in Spanish in my last story time. So I text Mr. Peach because, like, my stomach is telling me, like, something's up. Something's up. So I text Mr. Peach, I'm like, ¿todo bien? And he's like, sí. ¿Por qué? ¿Todo bien with you? And I was like, yes. And he asked me, like, if I was okay. How did the appointment go? Totally blows over the whole situation. I'm like, good. Tells me, okay, you coming home today? And I'm like, can I? He's like, yes. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you be able to do it? I'm just, like, so freaked out because I'm like, okay. I don't know. Mel says because they probably think I went through with the procedure or something and just needed some time. And I'm like, you think so? She's like, maybe. Or I don't know, maybe they're scared, maybe they're spooked. I'm like, oh, maybe. That sounds more realistic. So I text Sam just in case, and I tell her that I am expecting and I don't want no funky when I get back because I will press charges. She don't reply to me, nothing. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, I'm not gonna even try to deal with her crazy ass. I just want it to be known that, like, I sent her the message because if anything does happen, got your ass, bitch. So me and Mel would go on throughout our day. Back in the day, I used to walk everywhere, anywhere and anywhere. Nothing was off limits. I used to walk there. Me and her are gonna go get some breakfast. We walk, we go and eat at this one place. They have scones. It's delicious. Having a freaking good morning. She's like asking me everything's good. I'm like, yes. I talked to Gillet. She tells me everything's gonna be okay. Just to try and, like, let go of the ex and stuff like that. That, like, it's just too much stress. And at the end of the day, he's gonna do what he's gonna do. And it's either I accept it or I just move on from it. So it's like, oh, like, pretty much like, okay, girl. Okay. Having our breakfast. We're having a good time. Everything is just like, okay, you know, whatever happened yesterday was yesterday. My bangs are growing out. And tonight will be the night that I will die for you. So her boy toy asks us if we want to go to the arcade. We say yeah. We go to the arcade. We're having a good time. Play the arcade for a little bit. We have some pizza. She's telling me, like, have you thought about any names yet? I'm like, no names yet. She's asking how I'm feeling. I'm like, I just still feel kind of weird. I'm still kind of, like, on the subject with her still about, like, the ex and stuff. Like, I can't believe this happened. And I'm just, like, in shock. Like, yeah, like, it was crazy. Like, I don't know. Like, for a moment, I want to believe him. I'm still going through the motions of everything. And I'm just like, wow, like, he really ain't. The night continues. They drop me off at the Peaches. I go inside. It's just Mr. Peach and the babies. He's asking me how everything went, to sit down. I'm like talking to him. And I'm like still scared because I'm like, oh my God, like what if he's going to say something? Like he's going to say something about Spice. Like I'm like worried, like, okay, this is going to go left really quick. I don't know what he's going to say. He asks me about everything. I kind of give him like a brief of like everything. He sees that I have my prenatals and stuff like that. He's telling me that maybe just give it a little bit more time. I'm like, I don't want to talk about that. And he tells me that he wants to talk to me about something. And I'm like, okay. He tells me that he never wants anyone that I know to walk in his house again. ¿Entiendes? And I'm like, yes. He's like, let that be the first and the last time that someone comes in my house like that, threatening my daughter. And I'm like, okay. He's like, and I know it's not your fault. I can't fault you for other people's actions, but let that be the first and last time. Do you understand me? And I'm like, yes. And he's like, okay, que bueno, mija. Pats me on my knee. And I'm like, okay. And I was like, is Sam here? He's like, see, she's upstairs. I'm like, okay, cool. I go upstairs. Sam peeps out the door and she's like, closes the door. I feel uneasy because I'm like, girl, you got some freaking cojones to come back. Like, I'm just scared. I don't know what's gonna go on. So I'm in the room, just chilling. Munchkin comes up. Hey, is that gangster girl going to kill Baltimore? I laugh. And I'm like, what? No. So I'm like talking to Munchkin. He's telling me that Sam told him that I have bad people that are going to hurt her in Baltimore, that like I can't work with them anymore, to tell their dad that like I'm like doing this stuff to them. And I'm like, no. Because not what you're not going to do is make those kind of accusations. So I pick up Munchkin. I walk downstairs and I'm like, tell him what you just told me. Munchkin says, Sam said to say that Alexis did this. His face goes from like smiling to like goes upstairs, and all you hear is whack, 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 like hard, ugly whacks. I didn't think he was gonna go do that. I didn't think he was gonna go, but the accusations are so disgusting where it's like, why are you even playing with that? Like, why are you even doing that? That's gross. So I'm glad he handled her. I'm glad he whipped that ass. The next day rolls around, go downstairs, do my chores, doing everything I'm supposed to, check in with Tommy. She asks me how I'm doing, everything. I'm telling her, yeah, everything's good. She's asking if my mom has called, is there an update? I'm like, no, she hasn't called. She was like, yeah, she hasn't called me either. Keep it brief, keep it short. Okay, cool, yeah. The day goes on. Baltimore walks in. As I'm doing the dishes, I can just feel her presence. I can just feel like the aura. I can just smell a skank. So I turn around, look at her, turn back around. Yeah, no mamitas. Don't look at me. And I'm like, Mr. Peach is like, don't start. You're gonna start already. See, if you're gonna start already, just leave. I don't want that. The house has been really quiet. Don't want that. She's telling him like, no, this is not that. Like, I'm a grown-ass adult. I can say whatever I want. Blah, 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 blah. Like, he's going off. Finish the dishes. I go right upstairs. She's just like eyeballing me the whole time. And I just grab my freaking phone and I just pull it out and I just start texting. Of course, I'm trying to like stir something. I want her to feel uncomfortable. I want her to remember. Immediately when I start doing that, her face changes and she just looks at the TV. I go upstairs. As I'm going upstairs, Sam is coming down and Sam kind of just hits me with her shoulder. And I look at her and I'm like, Sam, don't touch me. And I say it super duper loud, where I think she even gets kind of like with like her eyes like kind of white, and she's like, it was an accident. Chill. I didn't hurt your baby. And I was like, let it be the first and let it be the last. We're just reiterating what her freaking father says to me. So then she goes downstairs and I can hear them laughing. She's like, oh, okay, I said, what's she gonna do? Just like gossiping, where I'm just like, we are too freaking big. We are too grown. When I say grown, it's because like we all know better. Like, we're all at the know better age. Like, we just know better. Some days pass and I haven't heard anything from my mom. Tommy hasn't heard anything from my mom. She's been asking me and I'm like, haven't heard nothing. I get a random call from Skillet, me and her talking. She's like, hey, when'd your mom get out? I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, yeah, when'd your mom get out? And I was like, Skillet, you know how you're leading the conversation. You know what you're planning. Just pull it. What are you talking about? She's like, I saw your mom at the store with your stepdad. I was like, you're lying. Dude, I swear to God. You're lying. I was like, she would have called me. She's like, you're calling me a liar now. I was like, I think maybe you don't have your glasses on. You probably thought you saw her. She's like, oh, and you think I thought I saw your stepdad? I was like, yeah, something, dude, because like, ain't no way. Yeah, I believe it. And I'm just like, all right, I'll talk to you later. I didn't even know how to process it. She starts getting mad, sending me text, and she's like, F you, I don't know why you get like that with me. And I'm like, dude, like, I'm not even mad at you. Like, I'm just trying to, like, what? Like, there's no way. Like, there's no way she didn't, like, message me. She's like, well, I'm telling you. I'm like, I know you're telling me, but let me just sit in the disbelief, if that's okay. So we start arguing. I don't know why you get like this. Like, I'm the only bitch who has been in your corner with your mom been. So she starts arguing with me. I'm like, dude, like, I'm not even coming at you sideways. Like, I'm not even trying to. I'm just trying to process. Chill out. Like, chill out. So I hit up the ex and I'm like, hey, what are you doing? He's asking me, like, are you gonna act right? And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna behave. Being stupid. And I was like, I need you to give me a ride. Where? And I was like, my stepdad's. Why? I'm like, because I just need you to. Like, I just need you to. Okay, what are you gonna do for me? Can you take me or not? So I'm talking to him. He ends up coming. Comes, picks me up, pull up. Barbara's throwing our trash. I look at Barbara. She's like, why are you here? Oh, I just want to see my brothers. You don't want to see your mom? And I'm gonna end it there. I love you guys so much. Besos a todos. I love you guys so freaking much. Thank you guys so much for being here, part of my journey. I just want to say I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. And I'm sorry for getting emotional. Opening up these wounds sometimes, it hurts. And then my babies being around these ages, it hurts more. I'm very thankful where I'm at. I just, when I go back in time and I see like, oh, this is why this, oh, this is why this, oh, this is why that, and it kind of just clicks things together of who I am now and who it's made me. It makes me very emotional that I had to, you know, there's just a lot. There's a lot. I know there's a lot that I don't share. And sometimes it could be like, why is she crying so much about that certain situation? It didn't even seem that bad. Because it was. But yeah, I love you guys. I'll see you guys very soon. And make sure to like the video, hit subscribe, leave a comment. It really helps the channel out and helps me get the videos out faster for you guys as well. I love you guys. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.